Okay, I really want to race ahead to the year one Christian era of when Jesus was in Israel, but we have so much to unpack before that. Now we've got to get back to the 12 tribes. Uh, Most of them were taken into captivity by the Assyrians. About 500-600 years before Jesus, before Christian era. And the one we really want to focus on is Judea. They were taken by Babylon, because that's where the Old Testament continues, primarily with the book of Daniel and the book of Esther, and then of course they return, and there's the books of prophets, right? But Jacob, who became Israel, had 4 wives. In the Bible, it says 2 wives and 2 concubines. Now, the concubines were from Africa. We know at least one of them was from Ethiopia. The other one could have been from Egypt, could have been a sub-Saharan African. I don't know. It doesn't say. But definitely one of them was from Ethiopia, and that's why one of the tribes that was taken by the Assyrians made its way back to Ethiopia. And that's a whole can of worms I am not going to open right now, because it's irrelevant to the fact, who are these people that took this country over in 1948? They have nothing to do with the people we're talking about now. Indeed, I would suggest that the Ethiopians have the most legitimate claim, right? But we're not going to open that can of worms. Okay, so let's continue with Judah. Now, Judah's a fascinating guy. He was the 4th born boy. Now, Judah, I just want to talk about 2 important things about Judah. The first one is Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, right? By Andrew Lloyd Webber, and who was the other fag? Anyway, they wrote that, some of you have probably seen it, the Broadway play. It was all about, okay, so there was a famine in the land, right? Because, where Israel's located, I'm pretty sure there's no fresh water. It's all salt water. So if it doesn't rain, you're not going to have any crops. You can't feed your fucking livestock. You can't feed yourself. So the legend goes, Jacob sends, or Israel sends his 12 sons. Why he would send all 12 on this perilous journey is beyond me, but he sends the 12 sons down to Egypt to see if the Pharaoh, or whoever's running Egypt at the time, can front them some grain to get through this famine. And we'll pay you later at a markup, right? So the 12 boys on their journey down. Now, this was a dysfunctional family, like most large, powerful families are. The boys were all jealous of each other, because the firstborn was Reuben, and he lost favor with his father, and blah blah blah. And Judah was the 4th son, and he was in line to become the heir apparent to Israel. And but however, the youngest son, Jacob, was really showing too much favoritism to him. And they're like, wait a second, we did all the heavy lifting. He came along at when everything was set up, and now Dad's gonna give him a big fucking trophy that we deserve. So they all decide that they're gonna kill him. So they throw him down a well. Meanwhile, there's other people on their way to Egypt, because they're all starving too. And Ishmaelites, right? Oh, remember Ishmaelites. So Jacob's father was, his grandfather. No, his father, Abraham. No, his grandfather, Abraham. He had more than one wife. One of his wives was Hagar, and she gave birth to Ishmael. So these are Ishmaelites, right? They're non-practicing Jews, but they're descendants of Abraham as well. So the boys, Judah, I don't know which one, they say, hey, wait a second. Why kill him? We could sell him into slavery. we'll make a little money and we'll get rid of them. So we kill two birds with one stone. See, this is how things work. So they did. Well, we all know what happened. He goes into Egypt. He becomes a big shot. And years later, before I get to years later, needless to say, Jacob Israel was fucking devastated. His the prize of his loins was dead, or he thought he was. And I think somewhere, I don't want to waste too much time in this because I want to get to the relevant stuff, but I just want to give you some background. Like, I think it was Jacob, or was it Judah, who banged Joseph's wife and had two kids with her, and it's really fucking horrible shit. It's like Hunter Biden, fucking his dead brother's wife after he died of brain cancer or whatever, brain tumor. But so that's what Judah did, and then I don't have a Bible in my hand. I'm not gonna go through the whole story. Needless to say, Judah's offspring is David, King David, right? And I'm not sure whose David's mother was, if it had something to do with those two illegitimate kids, but in any event, this whole can of worms just gets deeper and deeper. And by the time of Babylon coming into, to just take them out, all of this shit had gone down. David's kingdom had come and gone. Solomon's kingdom had come and gone. And the Assyrians, the whole thing was weak enough to take it over, and that's what occurred. Wow. So that was more or less just off the top of my head. Now, I kind of lost my train of thought because that was a lot. So I'm going to stop here and we'll continue from there. I really, really want to get up to Jesus. But we have the whole Talmudic episode in Babylon that we have to get through, right? So there's a lot more to come. Be patient. We're going to get to the good stuff. And what I think is the good stuff is the Khazars, right? The Khazarians. We'll get there.